Welcome back. We're going to be drawing a polygon shape using the polygon tool. Zoom in to the triangle and under your rectangle tool you're going to select the polygon tool. In your tool panel, reset your fill and stroke to the default. Click the artboard one time with your polygon tool to open the polygon dialog box. Change the radius field to 1.5 inches with 3 sides and then click OK. The resulting polygon is centered around the point where you first clicked. Using the selection tool, click anywhere in the triangle to select it and move the triangle so that the lower corner on the left lines up with the lower left corner on the triangle in your drawing. Looking at the transform panel, review the available options for your triangle. You'll get the same box if you go up to Window and select Transform Panel. In the tool panel, choose your Direct Select tool. Click off to the side to deselect everything and then select only the bottom right corner of your polygon. You can now drag the selected point to the right until it matches the right corner of the polygon that is in the drawing. Then select the top point of the polygon and drag it until it matches the remaining point on your template. Next, we're going to convert strokes to outline. First of all, you need to change the fill color to none. Change the weight of your stroke to 30 points. You're going to have to type that in manually. You can change to 20 and then change that to 30 points. Click the Align Stroke to Inside button in your stroke dialog box. Then go to Object, Path, and choose Outline Stroke. This converts the stroke of the selected object to a filled shape. So if I click off of here, you can see that there are lines now outlining this, and we can change the fill and stroke so that it has solid lines and a white fill. The book will have you turn on your background layer just so that you can better see that there is a white fill in there now. Next, we're going to use the Shaper tool. Slide over your artboard so that you can see the compass that we're going to be creating next. The Shaper tool allows you to create basic shapes just like you were drawing with pencil on paper, but it takes your drawings and turns them into neater rectangles and ellipses and straight lines. We're going to use this tool to create this compass. Make sure that nothing is selected, so if you need to, click off to the side and make sure that that is deselected. And then locate your Shaper tool and select that. Click the default Fill and Stroke button and change the fill to none. Using the Shaper tool, click at the point where the two legs of the compass meet and drag down and left to create the left side of the compass. Again, click at the top and drag down and right to create the right side. Click again and drag to create the third horizontal line in the shape. Did you see how it straightened my line out? Then we're going to draw the circle at the top. Get the selection tool and then click to select the circle. Change the fill to none if it isn't already, and change the stroke to 5 points. If your transform palette shows that there's something other than a perfect circle, you can fix that right now. So right now mine is reading it's a width of 0.5105 with a height of 0.5105. So the circle is perfect. You can then move the circle as needed so that it lines up with the drawing, and then go to Object and Lock Selection. We don't want it to accidentally move while we're working with these lines. Also, select the horizontal line and change its stroke weight to 5 points. Move it where it needs to be centered as best you can. It's going to pop a little bit out of alignment, and then you can lock it. We may want to make sure that the caps on this, though, let's go into the stroke panel and make sure that we don't have rounded caps selected. Let's go to butt caps, which is going to be a flat end, and when you deselect you can see how that is done. And you may need to shorten this up. If you do, you can change the dimensions on this as needed. We don't want this sticking out past the end, so let's take that, and then we're going to go again to Object and lock the selection. Under your eraser tool, you're going to find your scissors tool. Grab the scissors and move the cursor over one of the legs of the compass until you see the word Path. Click at the point where the template image shows a change in width. Do the same on the other leg. I'm going to next join the two lines at the top. We're going to find the Join tool, which is located underneath the Shaper tool, and click and drag to paint an area over the point where the two diagonal lines meet. Should have joined that. Yes, those are both together. Now I can actually adjust the height of this so that it comes up to the very top of the drawing below, and I'm going to change my stroke weight to 10 points. I also need to change my corner to a bevel joint, and we want to select projecting cap for the caps options. Click away from the artwork to deselect, and then shift click to select the two bottom lines and change their stroke weight to 3 points. Again, apply the projecting cap. Go to Object and unlock all. Then use the selection tool to pick up all of the drawing without selecting the triangle. You can shift click on the triangle if you accidentally select part of it, and you can then deselect. Go to Object, Path, Outline Stroke, and with all of the shapes still selected, click the Unite in the Pathfinder panel. Next, Using the selection tool, click and drag to position the compass artwork on top of the triangle artwork. Shift-click the triangle artwork to add it to the group and then choose Object, Group. Save your file. Use your hand tool to slide your artboard over so that the artist palette and the paintbrush are centered in your screen. Make sure that nothing is selected on the artboard and set your fill and stroke to the default. Then find your pencil tool. It's going to be nested under the shaper or join tool. Double-click the pencil tool to bring up the pencil tool option panel. Make sure that you select Keep Selected and Close Paths when ends are, and set your fidelity to approximately 3/4. Make sure that the other options are deselected and select OK. Then you can start drawing with your pencil. Follow the path to create the outside of the palette. As you approach the beginning point, you will see your cursor turn to having a circle below the pencil. When that happens, you're creating a closed path and you can then release your mouse button. Draw again to create the center circle and to create each one of the paint splotches. If you need to redraw, Control Z will undo and you can start drawing over again. If you have access to a Wacom tablet, you might find it more comfortable to draw using a tablet and a pen rather than the mouse. Using the selection tool, shift-click to select the small shapes around the edge of the palette and change their fill color to black. Select the outer shape of the palette and change its fill color to white. Show the background layers and you'll see that we still have a fill on this area. With the paint palette still selected, shift-click to select that inner circle, and in your Pathfinder panel, click the minus front button and then you can hide your background layer again. Using your selection tool, pick up all of the items creating that palette and go to Object and Group. Next, we're going to create the paintbrush. Locate and select your rectangle tool, and next you're going to click and drag to draw a rectangle that just covers the handle of the paintbrush. Zoom in to the top of the new brush shape. You can temporarily access the zoom by holding down your Control and Alt keys. And we may want to hold down the Control key to temporarily access the selection tool, and by dragging out on a corner I can widen this rectangle so that it more accurately reflects the size of the paintbrush.